NEC Article 760.41 states that fire alarm circuit shall not be used for any other purpose. NEC Article 760.41b allows other non-fire alarm circuits to share the same raceway, cable, enclosure, or panel as fire alarm circuits under specific conditions. However, these non-fire alarm circuits must not adversely affect the operation of the fire alarm system. NEC Article 210.11 current states that branch circuits supplying smoke detectors shall be dedicated to that purpose only. NEC Article 210.11c3 allows arc fault circuit interrupters, or AFCIs, to be used on branch circuits supplying smoke detectors. Can smoke detectors be tied into a bedroom lighting branch circuit on an AFCI 15 amp breaker? Yes, this is allowed per NEC 210.11c3. Can smokes be on a dedicated circuit with no other taps? Yes, this is required per NEC 210.11 con. Can you steal power from a smoke detector circuit to land a ceiling fan or other device? No, this is not allowed per NEC 760.41a. Therefore, let's delve deeper into the specific requirements and considerations for smoke detector circuits as mandated by the National Electrical Code, or NEC. Firstly, we will discuss the implications of NEC Article 760.41a, which explicitly states that fire alarm circuit shall not be used for any other purpose. This regulation is in place to ensure the reliability and functionality of the fire alarm system. Fire alarm circuits are designed to provide uninterrupted power and communication for smoke detectors, heat detectors, and other components of the fire alarm system. Using these circuits for any other purpose could compromise their ability to function correctly in an emergency. Secondly, NEC Article 760.41b provides some flexibility by allowing non-fire alarm circuits to share the same raceway, cable, enclosure, or panel as fire alarm circuits under specific conditions. However, this allowance comes with a critical caveat. These non-fire alarm circuits must not adversely affect the operation of the fire alarm system. This means that any non-fire alarm circuit sharing space with fire alarm circuits must be carefully designed and installed to prevent any interference or disruption. For example, the non-fire alarm circuit should be properly insulated and shielded to minimize electromagnetic interference, or ME. They should also be sized appropriately to avoid overloading the shared raceway or enclosure. Furthermore, it is essential to ensure that any maintenance or modifications to the non-fire alarm circuits do not inadvertently damage or disrupt the fire alarm circuits. Thirdly, NEC Article 210.11 co-mandates that branch circuits supplying smoke detectors shall be dedicated to that purpose only. This requirement is in place to ensure that smoke detectors receive a consistent and reliable power supply. Smoke detectors are critical life safety devices, and their ability to function correctly depends on a stable power source. Sharing a branch circuit with other electrical loads could introduce voltage fluctuations or interruptions, potentially compromising the smoke detector's ability to detect smoke and alert occupants. Therefore, NEC 210.11 com prohibits tapping into smoke detector circuits to power other devices or equipment. This includes lighting fixtures, ceiling fans, or any other electrical loads. The dedicated branch circuit must serve only the smoke detectors. Fourthly, NEC Article 210.11c3 allows the use of arc fault circuit interrupters, or AFCIs, on branch circuits supplying smoke detectors. AFCIs are designed to detect and interrupt arc faults, which are dangerous electrical conditions that can cause fires. Arc faults can occur due to damaged wiring, loose connections, or other electrical malfunctions. By installing AFCIs on smoke detector circuits, the risk of fire can be significantly reduced. AFCIs provide an additional layer of protection beyond that offered by standard circuit breakers. It is important to note that while AFCIs are permitted on smoke detector circuits, they are not required in all jurisdictions. Local building codes and regulations may vary, so it is essential to consult with a qualified electrician or local building official to determine the specific requirements in your area. Now let's address the specific questions. The first question is, can smoke detectors be tied into a bedroom lighting branch circuit on an AFCI 15 amp breaker? According to NEC 210.11c3, this is allowed. However, it is crucial to ensure that the AFCI is properly rated and installed according to the manufacturer's instructions. Additionally, the branch circuit must be sized appropriately to handle the load of the smoke detectors and the lighting fixtures. It is also essential to verify that the local building codes and regulations permit this type of installation. The second question is, can smoke detectors be on a dedicated circuit with no other taps? As per NEC 210.11 cone, this is required. The branch circuit supplying smoke detectors must be dedicated to that purpose only, with no other electrical loads connected to it. This ensures that the smoke detectors receive a consistent and reliable power supply. The third question is, can you steal power from a smoke detector circuit to land a ceiling fan or other device? According to NEC 760.41a, this is not allowed. Fire alarm circuits, including smoke detector circuits, shall not be used for any other purpose. Tapping into a smoke detector circuit to power a ceiling fan or other device could compromise the smoke detector's ability to function correctly in an emergency. In summary, NEC 210.11c3 allows smoke detectors to be tied into a bedroom lighting branch circuit on an AFCI 15 amp breaker. NEC 210.11 cone requires smoke detectors to be on a dedicated circuit with no other taps, and NEC 760.41 prohibits stealing power from a smoke detector circuit to land a ceiling fan or other device. These requirements are in place to ensure the safety and reliability of smoke detectors and fire alarm systems. Adhering to these codes is crucial for protecting lives and property. Furthermore, it is important to understand the reasoning behind these code requirements. Smoke detectors are critical life safety devices, and their ability to function correctly can mean the difference between life and death. By ensuring that smoke detectors receive a dedicated and reliable power supply, and by protecting fire alarm circuits from interference, we can maximize their effectiveness in detecting smoke and alerting occupants to a fire. Additionally, it is essential to consider the long-term implications of electrical installations. Improper wiring or modifications can create hidden hazards that may not be immediately apparent. Over time, these hazards can lead to electrical fires, shocks, or other dangerous conditions. By following the NEC and other applicable codes, we can minimize the risk of these hazards and ensure the safety of electrical systems for years to come. Moreover, it is crucial to stay up to date on the latest code changes and revisions. The NEC is updated every 3 years to reflect new technologies, safety concerns, and best practices. By staying informed about these changes, electricians, contractors, and homeowners can ensure that their electrical installations meet the current standards. In conclusion, understanding and adhering to the NEC requirements for smoke detector circuits is essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of these critical life safety devices. By following the guidelines outlined in NEC Article 760.41a, 760.41b, 210.11 cone, and 210.11c3, we can help protect lives and property from the dangers of fire. In addition to the specific NEC requirements discussed above, there are several other factors to consider when installing or maintaining smoke detector circuits. Firstly, it is essential to choose the right type of smoke detector for the application. There are 2 main types of smoke detectors: ionization smoke detectors and photoelectric smoke detectors. Ionization smoke detectors are generally more responsive to flaming fires, while photoelectric smoke detectors are generally more responsive to smoldering fires. For optimal protection, it is recommended to install both types of smoke detectors in a home or building. Secondly, it is important to install smoke detectors in the correct locations. Smoke detectors should be installed on every level of a home or building, including the basement. They should also be installed inside and outside of each sleeping area. Avoid installing smoke detectors near kitchens or bathrooms, as steam or cooking fumes can trigger false alarms. Thirdly, it is crucial to test smoke detectors regularly. Smoke detectors should be tested at least once a month to ensure that they are functioning correctly. Press the test button on the smoke detector and listen for a loud, clear alarm. If the alarm does not sound, replace the batteries or the entire smoke detector. Fourthly, it is essential to replace smoke detector batteries regularly. Smoke detector batteries should be replaced at least once a year, or more often if the smoke detector chirps or signals a low battery condition. It is a good practice to replace the batteries in all smoke detectors at the same time, even if some of the batteries are still good. Fifthly, it is important to replace smoke detectors after 10 years. Smoke detectors have a limited lifespan and should be replaced after 10 years, even if they are still functioning correctly. Over time, the sensors in smoke detectors can become less sensitive, reducing their ability to detect smoke. Check the manufacturer's instructions for the recommended replacement interval. Sixthly, it is crucial to keep smoke detectors clean. Dust and debris can accumulate on smoke detectors, reducing their sensitivity and increasing the risk of false alarms. Clean smoke detectors regularly with a vacuum cleaner or soft brush. Seventhly, it is essential to educate occupants about smoke detector safety. Make sure that everyone in the home or building knows how to test smoke detectors, how to replace batteries, and what to do if the alarm sounds. Conduct regular fire drills to practice evacuation procedures. Eighthly, it is important to comply with all applicable building codes and regulations. Local building codes and regulations may have specific requirements for smoke detector installation and maintenance. Consult with a qualified electrician or local building official to ensure that your smoke detector system meets all applicable standards. Ninthly, it is crucial to use a qualified electrician for all electrical work. Electrical work can be dangerous and should only be performed by a qualified electrician. Improper wiring or modifications can create hidden hazards that may lead to electrical fires or shocks. Tenthly, it is essential to maintain accurate records of smoke detector installation and maintenance. Keep records of when smoke detectors were installed, when batteries were replaced, and when smoke detectors were tested. This information can be helpful in tracking the performance of the smoke detector system and identifying any potential problems. In conclusion, installing and maintaining smoke detectors is a critical responsibility that should be taken seriously. By following the NEC requirements, choosing the right type of smoke detector, installing them in the correct locations, testing them regularly, replacing batteries, replacing smoke detectors after 10 years, keeping them clean, educating occupants about smoke detector safety, complying with building codes, using a qualified electrician, and maintaining accurate records, we can help protect lives and property from the dangers of fire. It is also important to note that some jurisdictions may have additional requirements for smoke detector systems, such as interconnected smoke detectors or hardwired smoke detectors with battery backup. Interconnected smoke detectors are wired together so that when one smoke detector sounds, all of the smoke detectors in the home or building sound. This can provide an earlier warning of a fire, especially in large or multi-story buildings. Hardwired smoke detectors with battery backup are connected to the building's electrical system and have a battery backup in case of a power outage. This ensures that the smoke detectors will continue to function even if the power goes out. Check with your local building official to determine if these additional requirements apply in your area. Furthermore, it is essential to consider the specific needs of occupants when installing smoke detectors. For example, individuals with hearing impairments may require smoke detectors with visual or tactile alarms. These smoke detectors use flashing lights or vibrations to alert occupants to a fire. Similarly, individuals with mobility impairments may require smoke detectors that are easily accessible for testing and maintenance. It is also important to consider the presence of children or pets in the home or building. Children may be curious about smoke detectors and may try to tamper with them. Install smoke detectors in locations that are out of reach of children. Pets can also trigger false alarms by bumping into smoke detectors or by causing excessive dust or dander. Install smoke detectors in locations that are away from pets. In addition to smoke detectors, it is also important to have a fire extinguisher in the home or building. Fire extinguishers can be used to put out small fires before they spread. Make sure that everyone in the home or building knows how to use a fire extinguisher. Fire extinguishers should be inspected regularly to ensure that they are in good working order. Finally, it is important to have a fire escape plan. A fire escape plan is a detailed plan that outlines how to evacuate the home or building in the event of a fire. Make sure that everyone in the home or building knows the fire escape plan. Practice the fire escape plan regularly to ensure that everyone can evacuate safely and quickly. In conclusion, fire safety is a comprehensive effort that requires the cooperation of everyone in the home or building. By installing and maintaining smoke detectors, having a fire extinguisher, and having a fire escape plan, we can help protect lives and property from the dangers of fire. Staying informed about the latest fire safety technologies and best practices can help ensure the safety of your loved ones in your community. Remember to consult with qualified professionals for any electrical work or fire safety system designed to ensure compliance with codes and the implementation of safe and effective solutions.